Hello, it's Powered Up My Car, and welcome back to a new episode of Super Luigi 3D Land. Just so this will focus better. So guys, I just wanted now, usually I tell like a little story, and so I know today's story. Do any of you guys remember that thing on Nickelodeon, Nick Studio 10? It's like a few weeks ago I decided to look it up to see if the internet still remembers it, and boy, it remembered more than I thought it would remember. Well, let me explain on what it was. Well, back in like early 2013, there was this new daily programming block on Nickelodeon called Nick Studio 10. It would air like every weekday from like 5 to 7, or any other time it wanted, because the show had no official time slot, and it would just steal off of other shows' time slots. Why you no let me win? So it's Nick Studio 10. I'm not kidding. No! So they would steal off of other TV shows' time slots. And it's like, oh, we must be so popular. We don't even get our own time slot. And lots of people watch us. Because they actually... Well, the only reason they got a lot of views was because it's like... They stole other people. Like they would come on during SpongeBob or something. Oh, I knew I should have went this way. Oh, right, it was just a detour. So, the sketches they would do were like really weird things. Like, I remember one of them being something called Meatball Baseball. Playing baseball, but without regular baseballs, meatballs. Well, that was harder than I wanted it to be. So the sketches were very dumb. Yeah, like, and the one thing that they're very well known for is their one song, Fart in a Jar. Oh, that's very nice of you. Not even giving me a chance to start the dumb level. I think this is going to be the hardest game I will ever LP. Give me that item! Give me that. Or boy, will you be in for some rage quit. I love the little block colors. The colors of these blocks that are moving. Yeah, so the sketches were weird and the dumbest thing you could ever imagine. Now, what else? No! But the one thing that everybody hated was what they did. This is what I remember them doing the most was they would literally, and I'm not kidding, literally interrupt other shows just to, yeah, it's like, you can just look it up on YouTube, like after you're done watching this, just look up on YouTube, Nick Studio 10 interrupts SpongeBob. Yeah, there's a bunch of clips you'll find. Like, I remember once I was watching SpongeBob. I don't remember what episode it was, but I'm like, oh, yay! I like this. Oh, time crunch. Hopefully, this is what I hate about the game. See? They don't give you power-ups! This is the stingy game known as Look, you barely get enough react time. Just get the mushroom. So I remember I was watching SpongeBob, and then the screen went orange. And like a voice said, the following is a very important announcement, like, okay. And then it like showed like a dumb 2-second clip of like a bowl of cereal exploding. And like, get the power, losing health just to get a power up. So it was like, why did you interrupt my show just to show a bowl of cereal exploding? And then like a week later, I remember like I was watching SpongeBob and it was like, I don't know why they had to do that. And then it was like, the following is a very important announcement. I'm like, no. And it turns out, the other time I remember it interrupting was, it was like a close-up, it was like a girl like doing something weird with his lips. And I was like, this concludes our important announcement. Which, believe it or not, it's actually illegal to interrupt TV programming without it being important. So they did that and they're like, oh, that's such a great idea. And I remember watching their sketches and I remember thinking, what? Look. I know that's the power up, but the tanuki or leaf is the only thing I'll take. Along with the mushroom here and there. I just don't find a purpose for it. Well, this level doesn't look too bad. What's good about Hammer Brothers and the new 3D Mario games is that they're so easy to dodge. I just hope you can see it clearly. So, that's what Nick Studio 10 did. They interrupted programming just way too much. I remember hating it so much. But I thought at the time with like the fart in the jar, I was like, oh, so this is what children like nowadays? This is what the modern day kids generation like? But it turns out everybody hated it. They were like, oh, our show must attract adult attention. Look, I know Nickelodeon is like a children's programming thing, but sometimes my dad will watch Nickelodeon just for SpongeBob. My parents get a they get a kick out of the SpongeBob scene where it was like, I'll think I'll eat it now. I'll think I'll eat it now. Hey, SpongeBob, you stole my chocolate bar. And in the one episode where it was like, hey, you stole my own. It was like, how do I open the jar? Watch me. Exactly as I do. Exactly. My dad really gets a kick out of that, so that's probably like the only time he'll watch Nickelodeon. Yeah, in fact, I asked my mom about it if she remembered Nick Studio 10. She was like, I might have seen it once. Yeah, I do remember her seeing the Meatball Baseball. And yes, this is what I hate about it. So it was like, oh yeah. So they interrupted programming. In fact, there was actually one person on their Facebook that was like, you should interrupt every SpongeBob episode, make it happen, Nickelodeon. And it would be like, what kind of distorted planet are you from? Please let me beat the level. Come on, Luigi. Oh, yeah! Well, I'll see you next time.